So a very good afternoon to all of you. So let's begin with the understanding of flux and MMF. This is very important. So consider a current carrying conductor as shown I, and it is having n turns. So it is carrying current N and the number of turns is N. Now we can very well understand. Okay, another thing is that this is a ferromagnetic center. Yes, it means the core will be made up of iron. Okay, so let's consider, have a look at this my palm. In this loop the current will be entering, going inside and curling it. So the curl will be something like this. Okay, and thumb is pointing towards the upward direction. So we can say that Ni, which is the MMF, will give us the flux. Okay, and the flux will cover through the core. Now we have to discuss about the core. What a core is. So the core basically consists of length L and a cross sectional area A. So now we will have a reluctance. The reluctance will come into the picture. That Ni, MMF upon reluctance will give us phi. Now very important thing that is here to understand is that this mean path length. Okay, in case of circle, if the outer radius is r1 and the inner radius is r2, then this length is r1 plus r2 by 2. We will take the average of length. Okay, and then we will take the circumference of that average length. It means 2 pi times the average r. Clear? Yes, I think it is clear. Now moving on to the next part, a very important part, that what will be the area. So automatically you can say that the area offered will be pi r1 square. R1 is the external radius and r2 is the internal radius. So pi r1 square divided minus pi r2 square, that will give us the area of the core. I think this is quite clear. Okay, now let's see. Now if we, I will have to scroll down. So if we look at this whole loop, okay, as it's written, then definitely the LH dot dl times, okay, will be equals to the I penetrating through the loop. Ni, okay, and the curl of R gives the incorporation of n times the term I. So Ni will automatically give us HL. Ni will automatically give us HL, because if I say that, okay, let us take that number of turns to be n. So number of current passing through n terms will be Ni. Okay, and now this Ni should be equals to what? H times L from Ampere law. Now let us see this relation B equals to mu H. I have used the word attractive instead of magnetic because this will let us understand the relation between B and H. So obviously B is mu times H, where mu is the attractive penetrability or permeability. Clear? Now next. A very important thing is that, so if the medium is not air, if it is iron, then automatically mu becomes mu naught times mu r. Now let's come straight to the understanding of the core. Okay. That B is, how B is mu times Ni. Okay. Because H will be given by Ni. Okay. And then mu times Ni. Okay. Will give us, because Lc here is inductance, Lc here is reluctance. Is it clear? So you can see that H is nothing but Ni by Lc. Okay, and we have to be very particular about it. Okay, one more thing that I would like to discuss with all of you is that before moving further, that we have to take certain precautions while applying Ampere's law. Yes, these precautions are, first of all, we will assume that the length of the wire is infinite. The wire is of infinite length. First thing first. Okay. Second thing, or I can say a very important second thing is that as the wire is of infinite length, then alpha 1 and alpha 2 alpha 1 and alpha 2 both will become 90 degrees. So the field H, or you can say B, which was mu naught I upon 2 pi r, yes, into sine alpha 1 plus sine alpha 2 will give us, instead of mu naught I upon 2 pi r, will put sine alpha 1 sine alpha 2, that is 2, 2 cancels 2, so we are left with mu naught I upon 4 pi r, so sine alpha 1 plus sine alpha 2 will give us 2, so mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Is it clear? I think till this part this is very clear. Okay. Now, after that, moving on to the next part. So, Ampere loop is, the wire is infinite. Second thing is that we will only consider the current that is penetrating the loop. Yes, if there is a loop and some current I is penetrating it, then we will only consider the current I which penetrates the loop. Yes, we will not consider the current I which is outside the loop. Okay, so I think the Ampere law here is more or less resembling the Gauss law. If you remember it sharply, the Ampere's law is more or less like the Gauss law. Clear? I think this is quite clear. Yes, this is quite clear and easy to understand. Okay, next part. Now, after the loop is discussed, okay, the current is considered. Now come to this equation B. So you can very well say that B is mu H, okay, and at the same time B times A will give us the flux. Okay, that is shown in the below equation. Okay, that is B dot dA, where A is the cross sectional area of the core. So I think this is quite clear. Okay, now moving on to the next part. Okay, so I think till this point it is quite clear. I would like to revise everything. First of all, we discussed the core, then the mean free path. We also discussed what will be the mean free path in terms of, in case the core is circular. I also shed light on the value of inductance N, inductance L. I discussed N, I, everything. After that, we moved on to the discussion of relation between B and H. Okay. So more about this I will discuss in the next class. Thank you for having your time. Thanks a lot.